All right, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday, so we're going to be talking about 5 trending articles in the crypto news space. It's the weekend. We're gonna relax a little bit. Plus, there's not a crazy amount of stuff going on today, but some interesting stuff nonetheless. So hey, as always, links to everything discussed down in the description. Do your own research. Don't just listen to me. I'm just some dude. All right, let's hop in. So Cardano has released updates on Daedalus, Adrestia and Goguen. Dear Lord. So about around the time that this article dropped, the number of registered stake pools on Shelly has increased to over 700 this week. I believe Cardano is shooting for 1,000, stating that 1,000 different staking pools will make it an incredibly decentralized proof of stake system. They're in the process of doing a lot of stuff. So, in the last update of the Cardano's roadmap, the measures taken during the Shelly fork were presented in summary. Among them are Shelly-compatible wallets, as well as several bug fixes and streamline. And Daedalus got a facelift. They actually just dropped Daedalus 2.1 on top of the fact that we're talking about Daedalus 2.0. So they've already had an update to a lot of stuff to make it even better. So the Adrestia development team has finalized their Smash integration and made it easier for API clients to get ITN or incentivized testnet rewards. So if you staked on the testnet, you should be able to convert or import the ADA you earned over to your Daedalus one, which is nice, and that's how they managed to get so many people participating, in my opinion. But it's a pretty good idea. You incentivize people to participate in the testnet and help the network, and then it leads to a stronger product and a stronger launch. So they've also conducted tests for the transition from the planned Byron to Shelly after the hard fork, and in preparation for this, the Cardano REST was also improved. And then the network decentralization teams were preparing the fork with different fixes, tests, in anticipation of Shelly. DevOps has been working on the Cardano mainnet. So they created their own pools, a couple different wallets, and all this stuff. And then they implemented a node server with the Goguen team. So in addition to this, new documentation is available to explain, different types of things. And then Team Marlowe has reworked the Marlowe editor to simplify values. Like, they're doing a lot, and it's getting to the point that it's almost information overload for a lot of us. The big thing was Shelly. Shelly is here, and it's slowly beginning to be activated on the Cardano network, and rewards should be coming here pretty soon, probably in the next week or two. So it's a very exciting time, but they just keep dropping. Well, we're doing this, 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 we're doing this. And yeah, it's a bit much for everyone, including myself. I'm really glad they're doing it. Because all of these different things that they're doing are going to contribute to a very robust network down the line. But hey, and then according to Weiss Ratings updated its rankings, putting Cardano as the best technology in the industry. So in particular, they emphasized that the fork and the transition to Shelly at the beginning of July was very promising. The execution of dApps and the possibility of smart contracts also has played a role in this. Weiss has been criticized by some because they can be a little opaque in their reviews. They have been a pretty major player in the cryptocurrency industry since they started doing these ratings back in 2018. So it's got a recommendation from a pretty strong place, and it's a pretty strong coin. I don't think anyone can argue against that. It's done really well. The question is going to start to become, can it capitalize on these gains and these new features and really drive users to the platform when Ethereum is the go-to? Can it overtake EOS and be the second most popular? Can it get close to rivaling Ethereum? That all remains to be seen, but with the way they're doing things right now, I could see them presenting a strong challenge to both. That's just my opinion. But hey, let's hop on over and talk about number 2. So Monero. So Monero's hash rate got its largest increase since the network's creation back in 2014 in a single day. Yeah, it went from 1.67 gigahertz to 2.2 gigahertz, so pretty big. Prior to this, the most significant daily percentage gains came in the project's early days when the base was much, much smaller, which is pretty interesting. Monero's been popping up lately. It's an oldie but a goodie. So on August 3rd, Coin Center submitted comments to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency on National Bank and Federal Savings Association digital activities. Ooh, that's a mouthful. These comments suggested that banks should embrace privacy coins rather than fighting them. As you all very well know, a lot of exchanges and governments and other people have been pretty standoffish on coins like Monero because they're private, which on one hand I do kind of get, given some people's lack of comfort with the cryptocurrency space right now because it's so new, but at the same time it's the same thing that cash can provide, so I struggle to find what's so bad. But they argue that banks should not only be able to use trustless mixing like CoinJoin or privacy enhanced crypto Zcash and Monero, but they may be obligated to do so in order to protect the privacy of their customers. So yeah, if you have an individual who has millions of dollars in Bitcoin and you want that individual to be safe, mixing those coins and making it nigh impossible to prove that that person has the million coins. I mean, the bank knows and the person knows, but it makes it harder for nefarious individuals on the outside to know. So, it's unclear what led to this explosion in the Monero hashing power, but in a world where many feel they're becoming subject to ever-increasing levels of surveillance, they may simply present a unique value proposition, and they offer something that a lot of other coins don't. Privacy coins like Dash and Zcash, there's arguments that they can actually be traced decently if someone knows what to look for. Monero is a bit more of a challenge, and that's part of the reason why a lot of places are kind of uncomfortable, because it doesn't just say it's a privacy coin, it actually is a pretty private coin, and that can add to a lot of unease in the system by the powers that be. But hey, I want to talk about this because, hey, good for Monero. For whatever reason, the network is alive, kicking well, and pretty robust. So remains to be seen how this goes from here, if we continue to see these hash rate gains, or if it turns into a more stable new normal, quote unquote. So hey, alrighty. So guys, Binance US went down about 20 hours ago. So yeah, it suffered a major issue. Began happening on August the 7th at around 1526 UTC, which resulted in the company temporarily shutting off their exchange features. They stated that please rest assured, all customer funds are safe, and we will provide a further update soon. At 11:26 a.m. Eastern Time, they noticed our systems were not functioning as intended. So to protect our users, we will be stopping trading, order processing, buying crypto, deposits, and withdrawals. We will let users cancel their orders 30 minutes before we reopen trading, and we expect this will take 6 hours. So yeah, we still don't know exactly why, just that they were having some issues. We do know there was a glitch in the Binance system not a few weeks ago, maybe just a week ago, that caused some person's orders to double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, just kept processing over and over, and it pushed Bitcoin futures up to $100,000. So I'm assuming there's some glitches in their code. When you upgrade and have a system as complex as Binance does, that doesn't surprise me. But something to this level is not ideal. So hopefully they can get it under control, because Binance is the big guy in town for a good reason. They provide a pretty good service and a pretty good interface and ease of use and all these other things that many other cryptocurrency exchanges struggle with. So to have them struggle with their order book, it's a little concerning, but not a run and hide just yet. But hey, let's hop over and talk about the great state of North Dakota. For those of you who don't know your geography or don't live in the United States, North Dakota, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the United States, all the way at the top. and it shares a border with Canada. So hey, so they're talking about making an official North Dakota cryptocurrency. I don't know. But following the early 2019 initiation of North Dakota deep dive to blockchain use cases, the state representative, who's a leader, they're mentioning a further asset concept. Government doesn't consider crypto legal tender; it's more considered property. So a state technically could issue cryptocurrency if they wanted to under the current guidelines, but I don't know how it would work. But hey, Representative Nathan Toman believes that an official North Dakota coin could potentially help the state's struggling economy in the wake of COVID. An August 7th article from Infoform said, "That was my hope, but we're a little late to the game on doing something like that." He told them regarding COVID 2019 and the potential state-sanctioned blockchain asset. But it would potentially be backed by assets such as state-held precious metals and property. Tolman told Inforum that he sees such an asset position as more of a store of value than a transactional currency. He additionally believes that it could function in tandem with loans and investing. Interesting, kind of like a state-backed bond, only on the blockchain. So regulatory authorities put up resistance against his North Dakota coin effort, although the representative retains a positive outlook for the future of the endeavor in the light of the current economy and pandemic. See, there we go. There it is. Regulatory authorities putting up resistance. The United States is an interesting collection of things. We're essentially 50 different countries that have come together under a very strong federal program. The federal government, maintains, foreign diplomacy, currency, national defense, and a lot of other powers, but the states actually have a very decent amount of powers as well. So whether or not North Dakota could actually do this is kind of in a gray area. Gotta love our system. Lots of holes. But hey, that's what happens when you build something ad hoc from scratch. But it's been working for us since 1776. So I'll be interested to see where this goes. If North Dakota can pull it off, I might buy some. I don't live in North Dakota, but I think it'd be cool to own a North Dakota coin. But hey, all right, let's get over and talk about article number 5. So Huobi, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, so don't eviscerate me. So they're looking to get into DeFi. So they've added former Wall Street executive Charlene Wu, and the division is going to be pumping in tens of millions of dollars towards investments. So the Huobi Group, the firm's second largest cryptocurrency exchange, as ranked by CoinMarketCap, has launched a new division focused on decentralized finance, investment, incubation, and research. So they're based out of Singapore, and they added Miss Wu as its new chief investment officer to lead the division. She most recently led blockchain investment as the managing director at the China Merchant Bank International, and prior to that spent a decade at UBS. She was quoted as saying, "Over the past 2 years, we've witnessed the birth and exponential growth of DeFi. The width, depth, and speed of innovations are unparalleled in human history, and it is exciting to see the power of permissionless economy unleashed at a global scale." Whoosh. So she's pointing to the benefits such as the efficiency, transparency, and the elimination of human influence and error on decisions. So there's a lot of investor education to do in order to bring crypto and DeFi to mainstream users, and that's right. Investing in this space seems like a pretty good idea. Even if it's a decentralized exchange, if you are the one who writes the source code and controls some of the pools, you can make some decent money off of this. And they're investing money into it, so they expect to get money out of it. Pay no mind to that. That's just business. But they're going to be starting with a team of 4 research and investment professionals, and they've yet to announce any investments or startups that they want to incubate. But this entry and planned investment comes at a time in which the market is ballooning. Earlier this week, the DeFi market cap was nearing $9 billion after hitting $8 billion. So there's concerns that this is a bubble, but big players get into the game like this, in my opinion, will survive long after this bubble does pop. It's just like the housing bubble, or the ICO bubble. When the housing bubble popped, Houses didn't go away. They just shrunk drastically, and the strong survived and were able to hold on to their homes. Strong's a bad word for that, actually. The lucky, um, the people who didn't live at their means, the more financially savvy. When the ICO bubble popped, we lost a lot of cryptocurrencies, but the ones that made it through have done pretty well. So it's one of those things. I expect the DeFi bubble to pop, but I don't expect DeFi to go away. I expect it to continue to grow after that pop. That's just my opinion. So that was 5 trending articles in the crypto news space. That's all I've got time for today, unfortunately. So let's hop over here and take a look at top 10 coins by market cap. Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty flat. 11,700 for Bitcoin and $390 for Ethereum. XRP dipped back below 30 cents. They're down 2% on the day. Bitcoin Cash is down 3%. Bitcoin SV is down by 1.5. Litecoin's down by under 2. Chainlink up at number 8 is up almost 8% on the day, with Cardano slightly down but pretty flat at number 9, and Binance Coin rounding out number 10. Chainlink just continues to go, $10.76. Man, where is Chainlink gonna stop? Like, quite honestly. I'm actually thinking, if that coin continues to go, I mean, we're going to be looking at a top 5 contender. So good for them. I mean, and that's the fun thing. Like, I think, Chainlink, Cardano, Binance, Coin, and I'm trying to see if there's any others I really like down here. I really like VeChain. But I really do think Binance, Cardano, and Chainlink should be above Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, and possibly even Tether. I really do think that these bottom 3 in the top 10 should be bumping and challenging each other for the number 5 spot and potentially the number 4 spot with Tether. In my opinion, I think all 3 are very strong coins backed by very strong programs and very strong fundamentals. So just my opinion. But hey, that does it for the day. Sorry I've been out the prior 2 days. I needed some time mentally, since this is the end of the video and only the people who actually like me are probably listening by this point. Mental issues, not a joke. If you feel yourself having some trouble, talk to some family members, some friends, and see what resources your job has if you still have one. If you don't have a job, see what is out there for you online. It's rough out there, and you're not alone. I just want to tell you that. So that'll do it for today. I should be back tomorrow. You guys enjoy your afternoons. Peace.